that we're already in this consolidation. We've been talking about this consolidation for more than enough. I mean, let's not talk about it anymore. Okay, but basically, as we can see, 69K, let's call it 70K to bottom range, let's say about 53, 54K around there. Yes, we do have a small wick that break out of it, but it's pretty much keeping this consolidation. Okay, now if we go to the bigger picture, you're going to see that this is nothing to be alarmed. I mean, to me, I'm going to show you guys in a second. I'm not. I mean, this is typical. This is what happens in bull runs. This is what happens when you're looking at bigger moves. Um, but let's just concentrate on what I am looking at in the short term. Okay, so last time we gave an update was pretty much around this area when we were just piercing through this 200-day moving average. This is on the daily. Okay, guys. So it didn't manage to stay above that. We were very cautious. Remember, I said I wouldn't go short from in this area. I would wait to see what's going to happen. If it did break out, then yes, I would expect it to try to hit this upper range around here, again, the 68, 69 level. That did not happen, all right? Look at this volume. Right after we had this big spike, this is not going to be enough for it to really go ahead and really conquer the 100-day moving average and stay above the 200-day moving average. So there was a lot of pressure here, and we just went back down. Okay, now this also went down a lot to do with sentiment that's going on right now. In the stock market, of course, with there's recession fears, or there's a correction going on. Basically, historically, September and October might not be the best months in the market as well. You got all sorts of things basically, but I mean, let's put it down to one main thing: sentiment. Okay, people are waiting to see what is going to happen with the change in monetary policy. Everyone's waiting tomorrow's NFP report to see exactly. This is going to be the last unemployment report before the September rate cut or rate hike. It's not going to be a rate hike, but let's just call it interest rate decision. Market is pricing in about a 25 basis points cut. Some bulls are out there saying that it might be 50 basis points. The market, I saw that they were pricing in also a chance, the 25% chance that they're not even going to touch it. Basically, a lot of jitters, a lot of anxiety, I'd call it, in the market. Very hard to predict direction. We can see the VIX bouncing today. I think it was above 20 earlier. Um, Let me just check that out. Right now it's 21. And basically, Bitcoin is kind of riding the sentiment as well, so it shouldn't be different here. What does kind of, I would say, make me look at it in a closer way is the fact that once we broke down the 200, we came up, we failed to stay above it, and again the same thing happened. So we failed twice already to stay above the 200-day moving average. As you guys can see here, was kind of a support. Now it's been resistance, and just in general, all the main averages were now below all the main averages. Is this alarming? No. Again, we are still in this range. Okay, how far low it can go? Obviously, to lower bound of this downtrend consolidation area. Okay, so we are looking at this 52. Maybe a wick you'll get towards 51 and some change, but that's pretty much what is expected. Now, why am I making this video? All right, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I want you guys to look at the big picture. The big picture is in the weekly, okay? And we've talked about this time and time again, okay? This was a huge rally that we had since end of 22 till beginning of 24, let's say March 24. Huge, went from about 16,000 to so above 70K, okay? And we've been consolidating from there. This is, a lot of people are calling it a teacup, and we're right now, this is the nice handle that we're seeing. A lot of people see this as a bull flag. I can definitely see the both technical forms. I do see that absolutely. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something, okay? Remember that wick that we saw on daily here? This happened on the 5th of August, during that week, okay, in the beginning of August. It touched the 50 moving average on the weekly, okay? Now, why is this important? As you guys can see, the consolidation is pushing kind of towards it. Now, look where we are right now. The lower range hits the exact point of the moving average, okay, around the 53,000, just about there, okay, you guys can see that. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to try this area, try the 50 moving average on the weekly point. Definitely not be surprised and see what happens. I would like to see there a nice bounce up again towards the higher point of the range. Um, what is the why is this key basically? Okay, if I'm looking at this as a bull flag, okay, and I'm looking at the whole big picture here, the market gets what it wants, and we're gonna see investors being more calm with what's happening in the market. Okay, they get more assurance, and this does turn out to be the technical forms that we predict they are. I definitely see Bitcoin. I mean, you got to look at the measurements. Okay, let's just go ahead. If this is what it did in the first leg, okay, this is gonna be the first leg. Okay, you guys can see this pretty much. Okay, I'm not gonna really count this, even though you could in some analysis, but let's just go ahead and look at the real pop that we had since end of October 23 till beginning of March. Now, this was pretty much a 200% move. Okay, I do think that the move at least, okay, at least, again, we don't take it from here, we take it from the top, okay, from the top point of the range. So I'm saying the next move into 2025 should be at least to well above the 115,000, okay? My personal prediction, again, normally the second big leg is larger than the first one. If you want to look at whatever Elliott waves and all that stuff. So I do think that we could be seeing here a nice pierce through this area to the words 130, 140, 150 area, that area right here. And we're just basically in a whole new cycle, okay? We're just in a whole new area. But definitely, what gives me a little bit of assurance here, I want to take you guys back just real quick to the beginning of the bull run that we had in 2020. Okay, right after the COVID, right after everything was flying, of course, we had this huge push up, and then we kind of had this drop. There was like a drop in May 21 when everything kind of started to sell off, but we had something similar here. Okay, um, strong drop down, base nearly touched the 50, kind of consolidation here for a good few weeks to May till July, and look at that. We touched the 50, came back up, finished on the 50, and then the week after that we pushed above, and then we were in a whole, the whole rally again. Okay, obviously the rally afterwards we cannot really compare it to what I'm predicting now. Okay, because first of all it's a whole different era, different formation. But what I did want to show here is the support this 50 moving average has on the weekly. You guys can also see it here further on. And again, further on until it finally breaks down. Here you can also see it again as a resistance. And then obviously we just came back lower and lower and lower and lower since then until it bottomed out in November 22. So this is what I'm thinking here. I mean, if it happened, and if you guys remember the rally towards the end of November 21, this was a huge rally that happened. But um, the whole idea is that typical consolidation does form after a big rally, and it kind of settles on the 50 before its next move higher. That's what I can definitely see happened. And again, if you guys want to look at what happened, again, this is a whole different era, yeah. But we can also see that also happened pretty much on February 18. Okay, where we topped, went back all the way down. Again, here it got more buyers, and we pushed back up again. Okay. Uh, the reaction afterwards or the result afterward obviously depends on many, many different factors. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that as long as right now we had this test, buyers came, pushed it back up. Now I wouldn't be surprised if we test it again, even finish the week at that level, okay? But from there, I expect us to push back up. And again, once we try this higher point of the range, we'll be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be like our sixth, seventh time trying the upper range. I think we blow out of that, okay? I think we blow out of that, possibly towards end of the year into 2025, and we're going to be looking at new highs, like I said, around the 115, 120 level, 130 level. That's what definitely I would think would happen. Huge upside from here. Again, if the technical formation is correct, okay. So this is what gives us some assurance. 50 moving average. Keep an eye on that. In any ways, again, be cautious, trade well, and hope you guys are having a good one. All right, not to panic. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose your head. Everything's all right. All right, guys. Trade safe. All the best.